I waited and waited and waited, and nothing ever happened. I thought maybe it got lost in the mail. And then I realized it didn't get lost in the mail. I simply wasn't invited. Prince Harry and Meghan decided not to invite me to their wedding. So, like many of you, I did the next best thing. I watched it on TV. Not the whole thing, of course. I did have to work. But I love a good wedding. Nothing like it. Wedding. A day of love. Two become one. It's a joyous occasion. I love weddings. Except when the bride arrives late. Kind of like my bride yesterday, 23 minutes late. Meghan was on time. She was a good bride. What does the royal wedding, or any wedding, have to do with the feast of Pentecost, when the Holy Spirit came upon the apostles? You might think that it has absolutely nothing to do with Pentecost. But actually, it has everything to do about Pentecost. Because today is a day dedicated to love. It's all about love, actually. The sacrificial love of Jesus poured out for each of us. The Holy Spirit comes into the world as an advocate, a comforter. But what is the Holy Spirit? We know that the Holy Spirit is the third person of the Trinity, but who is the Holy Spirit? The Holy Spirit is the result of love. The love that the Father and the Son have for one another is the outpouring, is the creation of God's Spirit. And they can't contain it. That love is so strong that they send it into the world. The Spirit living in our world makes each of us capable of loving. How? Where? Where do you see the love of God in the world? Let's look at the world for a moment. Violence, hunger, war, and even hatred exist. Yet we say that the love of God is so strong that their Spirit lives and dwells in our world. We live in the richest country in the world. The richest. Yet tonight, 48 million Americans will go to bed hungry. 16.2 million of those will be children. You know what that means? 1 in 5 kids will go to bed hungry in the richest country in the world. Where is God's love, I ask? Our children now live in fear when they walk through the doors of their school. Centers of learning, sanctuaries, wondering if they will be attacked. Where is God's love in the world, I ask? Countries around the globe threaten one another with the use of nuclear warheads, an act of intimidation and aggression. Where is God's love, I ask? Where is the love that promised Spirit was supposed to bring into our world? Oh, it's here. In fact, it's now. God's Spirit dwells in you and in me. Despite the fact that violence, hunger, war and hatred exist. We need to be the ones who make a difference, just like those first disciples. Initially, they were scared. They hid in an upper room, fearful that they would be killed. Yet when God's Spirit, when God's love is thrust upon them, they were set on fire. And what do we know about fire? It transforms. Fire enlightens. Fire blazes and even warms our sometimes cold and frozen hearts. Where is God's love? I'm looking at it. Today, let us do our part. May we help to eradicate in our seemingly insignificant ways, because they are certainly not insignificant. May we be the ones who help eradicate violence, and war, and hunger, and hatred, replacing them with God's love, who dwells in you and in me. Happy birthday, church.